Hi, I'm Linda. In honor of Shark Week, I'd like to share this shark food craft with you. We're going to start with a tortilla. You're going to actually need two. We're going to cut it into that kind of triangular shape. So we're trying to hit it so that we got a pretty wide part and everything's just a little rounded. And it is folded in half to start with. So when we open it up, there we have our face. That's our face. Now we're going to take a slice in here from the fold. Pretty wide because, you know, sharks have wide mouths. And we're going to cut some teeth. It's just a matter of cutting little triangles out on the top and then on the bottom. And I've still got my quesadilla, my tortilla folded, so it's nice and simple to cut all of them out. And I'm using my handy dandy kitchen shears, but any clean pair of scissors will work. And we'll just see how this works. Okay, you can save those little bits, you can always eat them afterwards. All right, so there we have, it just needs a little tidying up. Needs a little work from the dentist. Okay, so there we have our mouth. Now, we're going to take our second tortilla and we're just going to place this on top and hope they're about the same size, which thankfully they're close, and cut around it because this will be the back of our quesadilla. Just being careful that you keep everything in line or it won't match up. Okay, now don't throw out your ends because we're definitely going to need those. So there's our basic guy. Now of these extra pieces we have, we need to cut out one of the triangles, can be, and we're going to put it in between the layers. So there's his top head. And then we'll take another bit and we're going to try and match these, so I will cut two the same. And they will be the side fins. And we'll just slip that in there and him in there. And he needs a tail, so looks like I have enough on this last piece. So you're going to kind of think about a Y. I cut the wide part first. And then we're just going to cut out the middle. And decide, I think he's just a little too wide. And there's our tail. We're just going to put him in here. Now, that's your basics. Okay, we're going to take this front off now. And we're going to put down a piece of paper towel. We'll just have to move the whole thing here. And this is how I cook them in the microwave. So I'll reassemble them here. Just there. And all those pieces on the interior. Then we're just going to take some cheese. Any kind will do. I happen to have cheese slices. So cheese slices work. Shredded cheese is great too. And it doesn't really matter how it looks because it's going to melt anyway. It's well on its way to doing that right now. It's such a hot day today. So you just cover in all those little bits. And we're going to put, before we put his lid on, we're going to look at his mouth. I have a little red pepper cut in half here. A slice of tomato would work well. A piece of big red pepper. Or nothing at all. Whatever suits you. And so we just want him to line up there. Now the only other thing he needs now is some eyes. So I prefer black olives. I have them in my fridge all the time for crafting. And actually they do taste good, but I mostly have them for crafting. So you slice them so that they're long ways, so he has long slit eyes. And you take another olive and you cut the end off each of those. And that gives him his nostrils. So there we have your quesadilla. All he needs to do is be covered up and popped in the microwave for a minute or two, depending on your microwave, depending on how much cheese you have and everything. You want your cheese melted. That's the secret. So that's your basic shark quesadilla. But if you didn't want to make it as a quesadilla, you'd rather have it more pizza-like, you could fill it with mozzarella cheese, and you could make your mouth with pieces of pepperoni sliced in there, and you'd have a pizza quesadilla. The other choice is on this guy. He is actually a baked quesadilla, baked tortilla, and all I did was the same principle here, just the one layer, covered it over in the microwave and put it in for a minute. And that will be lots. Probably it should be pretty stiff. You can salt it in advance or turn it over. Sometimes it needs another minute on the second side depending on how it's going. And then if you want to serve it with a little fancy, we'll put a little extra shark action in your salsa for a dip. As the shark says, let's do lunch.